Hey everyone, I am Jessica from Willow Vine's Intuitive Vibes, and I'm here to do a collective message. I'm getting the chills. So like the videos, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe to join the tribe. The first thing I heard was send it back. Just send it back. So it feels more like protective energy where it's like bad juju be gone, basically. If anyone is sending the evil eye, or just if there's just blah energy around, I kind of feel like blocking it out, like, that's not my energy, was out of here, kind of thing. Someone's sending something back. They could literally be doing that, like ritualistically, but it kind of feels just like cleansing your space, clearing the energy. Whatever doesn't belong is going away, basically. And then I was really drawn to this desert rose stone, and this is about protection, grounding, and it's like finding yourself, basically. There's more meanings to it, but with the whole send it back, it feels like I know what I deserve type energy. But there's definitely a wall here. It feels like blocking unwanted people, energy, situations. It's like, that's not for me kind of shit. Because I've been very drawn to like different crystals and stones and stuff that do that, that either transmute negative energy or block it completely. So I don't know if any of you have like the evil eye being sent your way, haterator type stuff, no matter who it is. But whatever this energy is, it's not getting through. It's being blocked. You're guarded and protected, that's for sure. Because I kind of feel like you're aware of this energy. It could just be coming from a single person that you're around, and they just are a negative Nancy or Nick. But whatever it is, you're not taking it on, and it's just it's bouncing off of you and going back to somebody, basically. But the first card out is Twin Flames. Some of you might be blocking your twin flame because their energy is a bit off. But regardless of that, this feels like has something to do with duality. And if you think about like the yin yang, it's about balance and harmony coming together. I just got wicked nervous. Within yourself, balancing energies within yourself, but it's like the situation is going to balance out. I feel like there's recognition here. Somebody's recognizing either who you are to them or what this connection is, even if it's not romantic. But I feel like I'm seeing something. I'm sensing it. That's what it feels like. I'm sensing something. So I don't know if you're sensing someone approaching, or just these shifts and changes that are occurring, that are coming up. Like you're sensing this new energy, basically. Actually, give me just... I got the chills so bad right now. And now I feel like I have so much I need to say. So someone might want to talk to you, all in all, no matter who they are to you. Yeah, they're getting ready to take a leap of faith and say something. What's this leap? It feels like victory. Like I feel excited over whatever this is. Yeah, the Empress. Somebody wants to talk to the Empress or is moving towards that energy. Male, female, doesn't matter. Someone who's been holding back for a minute. So this is an energy where someone's been thinking a lot and keeping to themselves. You could be picking up on it energetically, but regardless of that, I just feel like something's building momentum. It's like, I thought this to death, now it's time to take action, kind of thing. Because you've transmuted some negative energy here, even if it has nothing to do with who this person is. It's like clearing the path for better situations, for positive change. Because whatever this heavy energy is, it just can't touch you. It's not affecting you like someone or someone's expected it to or wanted it to. Actually, no. Give me one of these for this twin flame. For some of you, regardless of external people or relationships or anything, it could be the start of something new, taking a chance with a new idea, like planting the seeds and watching something grow. But I feel like this would be the beginning. So you've already planted these seeds, you've already started whatever this is. You just haven't, it hasn't fully come to fruition yet, because it's making me think of, like, you know, the Empress is pregnant in that card, and you don't see the baby. I mean, you can through ultrasound and stuff like that, through technology, but you're growing life, you're growing something new, and you don't get to see it for 9 months-ish, depending, basically for a while. That's kind of what this feels like taking a chance towards something positive for you, and you haven't seen the payoff yet, the outcome, but I feel like that's coming. You're transcending obstacles. There's a new phase here. Yeah, there's positive change coming in because of something you started, because of what you're doing, regardless of relationships. I just heard something about, like, what is it called? Like, unprogramming. And if you think about that, when it comes to conditioning, you know, whatever we're taught, whatever we learned, society, you know, stuff like that, like, we can be programmed to believe this, to do that, you know, to live a certain way, to be a certain way, like we have to fit in because this is the way it is. You're like, I feel like there was a phase here where you were basically wiping the slate clean, or I'm thinking of like a computer, so it's like the hard drive and starting over. Could have felt risky to you to be your authentic self, to start coming into yourself, to find yourself, to take a stand in whatever this is for yourself. So it's you're I don't know, I feel like I'm in the rebooting phase. And it's not relearning everything, it's unlearning bullshit. That's for someone. That could pertain to like the spiritual awakening process and stuff. Because when you do wake up, you see things differently, and then you do have to unlearn bad habits and things like that. It's just like, all right, that's how I used to live. That's the old me. There's something new about someone in this energy. And it's beautiful. It's not bad. Reprogramming, isn't that what that's called? Anyways, shock. Might be shocking people with this reprogramming with who you are now, or you're going to be shocked at what's to come for you, because we have abundance, positive mindset, which is what I was talking about with the positive changes coming in. Your manifestations are definitely coming to fruition for somebody. Gratitude and bliss and blessings. I don't know, this is going to feel like a major blessing, but you put the work in towards whatever this is for you. Like, it's not like it's just handed to you. I kind of feel like this abundance is going to feel very sudden. It's going to be like, oh my God, like, it's almost like nothing. And if we go back to the pregnancy analogy where I said it could take 9 months before you see your kid, what you've grown, in that example, sometimes babies are born early. And I almost feel something like this, like that, like not literally, but working towards something, growing and like just figuring things out. And then all of a sudden it's like, this happened a lot sooner than I thought. I thought it was going to take X amount of time, and here it is. And that can happen with the relationships too. But yeah, something good's coming in for someone. This is awesome. You're gonna shock a lot of people. You're gonna shock people with your boundaries. You're not putting up with people's crap no more, whoever you are. I feel like you're shocking people with more than just boundaries, though. So, like, unhealthy people that could always get one over you or weasel their way back in or whatever, you drew the line in the sand with them. They can't. And that's shocking to them. Like, I could always manipulate you, or like, you always gave me chance after chance and now you're not. This main energy here isn't pertaining to people like that, but you did set strong boundaries with those types of people. And it's more than one. It's not just one with one, which is probably why this abundance is coming in, because you've learned a lot of lessons. You've learned your value, which is great. So you're not putting up with people's crap. That's why this abundance is coming in, because you're more focused on what's important to you and knowing that your time is valuable. It's not just about money and things. It's you matter. And maybe you didn't always feel that way, you know? You do matter to a lot more people than you even realize. But what was I going to say with that? I keep getting this on and off pit in my stomach, like nerves are just hitting me. I don't know why. Some of the shocking energy is making people nervous. You might make someone nervous, especially if we're talking about someone who has like a heightened intuition, spiritual gifts and stuff that you practice and utilize. Because all of us have those capabilities in there. We just aren't all woke to it, you know? Or some start waking up. Some, you know, it is what it is. It's a process. But I feel like it's weird because I kind of feel nervous and I feel like shocked in a good way, but kind of scared at the same time. Hell, maybe some of you are scaring yourselves with your accuracy when it comes to your intuition. Like, oh, I feel like I should do this, and then you do, and you're like, holy crap, wow, I was not expecting that, you know? I just feel like you're shocking yourself, but you're also shocking the people around you. This is beautiful, though. I just didn't think this would ever happen, is what I'm feeling. Why am I nervous, though? Something to do with a surprise? I don't know. There's a surprise here, apparently. You're just surprising people. You're gonna be surprised. So this is a good shock for you. It might not be the best shock for, you know, people who aren't in your world and wish that they still were kind of thing. This feels really good. Like, really good. Love might be coming in for some of you, because we do have the twin flame energy and love is showing up. I mean, the shock of it all, especially in a love situation, because it's like, oh, love wants to come out, and I put it back in there. You might be shocked when somebody comes forward or lets you know how they feel, because you're not focused on that. Maybe you were once upon a time, but you're not focused on love and relationships right at this time. It's not that you don't want it, it's just you have other priorities. You're prioritizing, and that's not one of your priorities right now. I don't know, I keep wanting to go back to like psychic gifts and stuff like that for somebody. So maybe somebody wants to talk to you about that stuff, or like I said, you're shocking yourself or shocking someone or people with what you know about whatever. It could be anything. And the only reason I keep getting brought back to it is because, like, I was going to say something and then I'm like, no. I don't know. Why hesitation? Maybe you're not hesitating as much as you used to. Because I totally understand that. I still do it to this day, here and there, where I'll feel something or see it in my mind, sense it, whatever, and I don't always say everything, you know, because when messages come through, sometimes it can be confusing, and it's like, where does it go? What does it mean? And my ego still gets in the way sometimes, where they'll be like, well, I don't understand, so I don't know what the hell it is. I'm better with it because I say a hell of a lot more than I ever used to. But, like, for example, the other night, the last reading I uploaded, it was on April 24th, but April 25th is Asnak. I can't remember what it's called, but it's in Australia, and it's a day of remembrance. And I had never heard of it. It's in the comments and stuff, so if any of you watch that video, read some of the comments, because I was blown away, because I actually looked it up, and what I saw was, there's like, it's similar to these memorial monuments, like this is a giant stone, and it was just so weird that I was picking up on it. And in America, we're a day behind Australia, so it was actually that day of remembrance or whatever on April 25th. When people from Australia were commenting, I was saying it the quote unquote day before, at least in my time. But I've never heard of it. I had no clue. But I was like, wow, that's so crazy, because I was picking up on war, and it had to do with soldiers and stuff like that. And I was just like, what are the odds? It just blew my mind. And that night, another crazy thing happened. I was talking to one of my daughter's friends, because that person had asked me if I would do a reading for them, and I said yeah, but the night that they asked, I was too tired, and I was like, I can't do it tonight. You know, I want to, with personals especially, I like my energy to be at a certain place, so it's not willy-nilly, you know what I mean? And it didn't happen for a reason, because it wasn't an actual tarot reading that the kid wanted. It was more of a mediumship session, I guess. And it just, I don't know, it just didn't feel right at the time. And then I had a dream about two people on the other side for that person. And I remember when I woke up from the dream, I was like, should I tell them? And I heard not right now, and I was like, all right, well, it'll make sense, you know. Well, that same night, April 24th, we just started talking, and those people came through again. They were like literally there. Actually, there was a third one that came through. I know nothing about this kid, nothing. Like, my daughter hasn't really told me anything, and I felt bad because I made him cry, but they were happy tears. And it was just, I'm gonna cry just thinking about it. It was very emotional, because that person really wanted to hear from these people, and I described them. Never seen them. I didn't even know these people were, you know, that he had lost these people in his life, basically, and because I don't know anything about his life. But it was like kind of eye-opening for me, because I hesitate with stuff like that, because I don't want to upset anyone. But it can be very therapeutic and healing, and just the fact that I was so on point, and I literally, when he went to go like confirm certain things for me, I went like this and looked away, and I'm like, don't say a word yet, don't tell me anything, just let me keep telling you what I feel and what's coming out, and then I will let you know, and then you can tell me right, wrong, indifferent, whatever. And he's like, holy shit, because I don't want information. That's just how I read. It does make it more, I guess, more difficult for my ego doing it that way, but it gives the best results, because I'm not swayed this way or that way. I'm talking to somebody who might be learning how to utilize their gifts, and it's not understand them, it's how to let the ego go. You just gotta be okay with being wrong sometimes, and not worrying about the judgments of others, because I don't really worry about the judgment. I worry about upsetting someone, like striking a chord within them. But then again, it's really not my place to judge how someone's going to feel, or to worry about it, because if they're coming to me, because I don't approach anyone, you know. But I don't know, that was just what, I don't know why that feels significant right now. This energy isn't about those two situations. It's about someone who might get these feelings, who might pick up on certain things, and they're too afraid to fully say it, or to say it at all. Hope and realism. I almost want to say, like, I don't think anyone will believe me. Divine messages from the other side are meant to provide a sense of hope and closure. But I just heard radiate like the sun. So let your light shine. Whatever's going on here is real. It's not just a realistic approach. I feel like, for some reason, I feel like this is so unbelievable that it's just not true, but it is. Someone's definitely questioning things. I don't know if it's someone questioning their own abilities and gifts, or if it's somebody else questioning someone's. Like, is that really true? But you know what else is drawing me to is like when you get those confirmations and stuff, because I do talk to a lot of light workers, so I know a lot of you can relate to these types of things. It's not always about, where was I going with that? It's not always about the other person or people, so like believing or whatever. Sometimes it's hard for us to even believe. So when we get those mini confirmations or major, like when that kid confirmed all that, I was just like, holy fuck. And the Australian thing, I'm like, what? I don't know. It shocked me. It blew my mind. And I love it when that happens. But it also, those little confirmations and stuff, they help build your confidence so that you do share what you feel or sense is important to another person, people, whatever, no matter how you do it. And not being afraid to do it, not being afraid to say certain things, because sometimes it's necessary. But it's also reminding me of past feelings, past information that you've picked up on that hasn't happened, like you sensed whatever it was. It could be a million one things. It's a lot of different things, but there's a certain like subject or a certain situation that you did gain information on or insight on that hasn't unfolded, but it's going to. And if it did already unfold, you're just not consciously aware because you didn't see it with your own eyes, kind of thing. It's like not knowing what's going on with another person or in a situation because they haven't told you, or you didn't, somebody else didn't tell you yet. You're unaware, but you were right. There's something you were correct about in the past, and it's information you've received. It will be brought to your attention. Somebody else might be realizing that, like, whoa, this is real. That was legit. That kind of thing. I don't know why this is popping in my head, but I don't know if any of you remember these. I don't even know if they make them anymore. Do you guys remember those like birds? They were plastic birds, and you can balance them on your finger, or they have a little stand and they just like balance on their beak. I don't know what the hell they're called. Something to do with, I mean, that could just be a sign for some of you, or a time frame. I don't know what, those are like little knick-knack things. I have no clue, whatever that means to you. It's like a kid's toy, a novelty item. Huh. I'm not sure, so I'm not going to dive into it. Let's see. Ornate. I don't know, that word just popped in my head. I don't have a reference to what's ornate or whatever, but ornate. Some of you are just strongly connected to the past. And it doesn't even feel like your own past. So you might have a strong interest in history, learning about history, different cultures. It would be different cultures, like different than you are today. Like, so it could even be different belief systems, but it feels like just history. Like I'm drawn to certain chapters in history, it's because you're connected to what you're drawn to the most from history. Like Baltic popped in my head, but what's this? Feather of Hope. We have hope twice. Grasp the feather of hope, a delicate symbol of upward promise in an uplifting future. There's massive change here. There's hope for the future, that's for sure, but this is like, I just want to say don't give up. And this has nothing to do with try harder or do something new or anything, because there's positive change coming in regardless, but this feels like you haven't given up. You've always kept the faith, basically, no matter how discouraged you got at times. This just feels unbelievable. Like, you know, it's reminded me of like if someone were to say, oh, you're going to be a multi-millionaire someday, and that's just not the life you've lived, and you're like, okay, we'll see. I kind of feel like the hope was always there, but it was kind of like, nah, yeah, right, this can't be reality. It won't be my reality. Well, it's gonna be someone's. Metamorphosis Mirage. Embrace the tender transition between past forms and future possibilities. There's something significant to do with the past and the future. I mean, psychic abilities and stuff like that, prophecies, but regardless, there's also something to do with the bright star, which is reminding me of Isis. Anyways, possibilities as illuminated by the transformative butterfly. You are not your past self. I don't know, there's something that happened in someone's past that is, it doesn't define you, basically. There's hope for the future here in this situation. That could pertain to somebody around you as well, but I keep wanting to talk about history. Like, don't forget history. Remember this. Don't forget something. And part of it feels like within your own history, something you've already gone through, information you've already retained, like whether it was intuitively or otherwise. But it's also like literal history, like you weren't here yet kind of shit that's coming to somebody. Just because you can't see it with your own eyes doesn't mean it isn't real. That's really what I want to say with this. I'm really not sure why. I want one of these. You're drawn to certain things for a reason, whether it's watching something, reading a book, information. Like I was talking about how I kept staring at this desert rose crystal, and I've been very drawn to crystals lately. Like, I've always loved them, but I'm not well versed in them. I'm learning. You could be learning a new craft, learning about something, because there's going to be some significance with whatever you're drawn to, whatever you feel like you need more information on. It's for a reason. But yeah, I've been drawn to crystals like crazy. And all the ones I'm drawn to either transmute negative energy, block it, push it away, create a calming space and balance. That's what I've been drawn to. It's like, there's a significance with that. So I don't know what you've been drawn to, but I feel like I'm talking to somebody who feels the urge to learn more about something. Well, there's some realizations here. Epiphanies, understandings, awakenings. Yeah, somebody's waking up to their own potential, but waking up to something. Like, it feels so significant. It almost feels the epiphany thing, like the holy shit moment. Like, that's why I've always loved blah, 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 whatever. It could be feathers, because we have that card here. This is the only reason why I'm saying that. But that's why I've always been drawn to this. That's why I've always been interested in that. Things like that. Like, I guess a little mini awakening for myself could be, or realization would be like, I love antiques. But not all antiques. I go off from energy. I always have, but I didn't always understand that that's what I was doing. I love old things. Because it, like, the history tied to it, just the energy. I'm drawn to the energy that things have. And I've been in, like if I go into an antique store, especially now that I'm more open to things like this, I do get overwhelmed sometimes where it's just too much. So I definitely have to protect myself before I walk into places like that. But I literally will be like, something will pop in my head and I'll be like, oh yeah, that'd be so cool. I bet I could go in here. I wonder if they have anything like that. And then I will be drawn to the back fucking corner somewhere and go, oh, there it is. That's why I'm here. Okay. I do that in places. Maybe some of you do that. You might be realizing why you're drawn to certain objects, places, people. Or something to do with a stand. It doesn't feel like taking a stand. It feels like a stand. Like a phone stand, a nightstand, a stand. You know, whatever the hell kind of stand you want to call it. I feel so drawn to this. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Yep. I hate sneezing. I hate it with a purple passion, just saying. Anyways. Something from the past. History. It's like history's talking to somebody. And no, not just me. There's something from the past that's significant here. I just heard you won't know until you see it. Okay, so whatever that is, it's not gonna click for you until you see it, and then you go, oh my god. I don't know. Maybe it's popped in your head or something. Well, I mean, like with that message about the Day of Remembrance and stuff in Australia, I didn't know what I was looking at in my mind. I didn't know what I was being shown. I'd never seen it before, and I've never heard of it. And then once, someone mentioned that, I didn't go, oh my gosh, right away when they mentioned it. I was like, huh, that's interesting. Let me look into it. I looked into it, and I'm going, that's what I saw. Like, holy crap. It's something like that. So, I mean, when it comes to intuitive messages and visions and stuff, sometimes, spirit beings from the past even will show you certain things, and it's not going to make a lick of sense because it's not for a specific person. They're showing you for a reason. It's almost like it's all going to add up into something bigger than like a love reading. You know what I mean? Something bigger than just one-on-one whatever. I'm really not sure, so maybe we'll find out more. But flowers are significant right now as well. Isn't Memorial Day coming up? Well, Mother's Day is coming up too. I don't know. History is significant, very significant for some reason. Like I always say, don't forget history because you don't want to repeat it. But anyways, 4 of Swords. Healing from the past. Some of you were healers in a past life, but And you probably still are today. Or you're coming into that energy for yourself. I feel like there's someone who's going to watch this who dreams of the past, but not your own past. You could be dreaming about past lives and stuff, but this feels like ancient dreams, like things coming to you in your dreams. Could be people on the other side, but regardless, it's like information. Past information is coming to you, like almost being downloaded through the dream space for some of you. So you might have some knowledge that you didn't know that you have. You probably don't even realize that you have it right now until you come across it, till you see it, which happens to me. I've spoken about this before. I mean, this feels like big, though. This doesn't feel like little things like this where I'll think of something on how to do it or whatever it is. Like I've mentioned it with witchcraft and stuff like that. Like I'd be very drawn to it and I'd be like, oh, this is how you do whatever spell, I guess. And then I'd look into it and go, yep, okay, that is how they do it in this culture. Or, you know what I mean? Like, because hoodoo and voodoo and all that, they practice differently. But I would know different things that I'd never heard of, you know? Probably because of the dead. But it feels like something like that, but bigger. So maybe little things like that do happen to you, and then you go, oh, well, you're gonna get a whoa moment. There's something big. I just heard something catastrophic. I don't know why I'm like kind of giggling with that. That's weird. I'm seeing smoke, like, but it looks more like fog or mist. So something isn't fully clear yet, but it's going to be made crystal clear. Some of you could have just had a dream, I don't know how recent or how long ago it was, that could be a little foggy. It's going to come into focus because there's some information here that's still a little like, I don't know what that means, kind of thing. You're gonna find out what it means. It's coming in. It's going to be made very clear to you. As you sit here, it's going to be made very clear to you. So like as you're sitting there relaxing, as you sit here, it's going to be made clear to you. I feel like I'm on a park bench or something. Whether I'm in a park or not. I mean, because they have those in cemeteries. They have them everywhere. I'm sitting on a bench. Someone's sitting on a bench because it isn't me. It has to do with spirit communication. That's why I was thinking of a cemetery. I mean, we do have death here, but as you're sitting here, it's going to be made very clear. Because it just reminded me of that meme. If there was anyone in history that you could talk to, who would you want to talk to? And I've always said Abraham Lincoln, and I channeled him and his wife on her death anniversary, basically, which was, I think it was June 16th. I can't remember. It was either June or July. I don't remember what year. But anyways, I was acting like her. Felt like I stroked out. I'm getting migraines. It's horrible, but that's how she died. That was really intense. And like I shared it. I don't care if anyone believed what I said or not, but that was like that was a cool experience for me, because I was like, that's someone I would want to talk to in history. And I didn't really talk to him though. He just made me feel how they passed and stuff. But I'm thinking of that park bench analogy. It's like where you can't always see who you're talking to, but they're there, they're listening. There's going to be some realization here with something along those lines for someone. It's not who you think it is. Because I wasn't going to say that, and then I heard just say it. Say it. It's not who you think it is. Okay. Could be someone from a long time ago, you know what I mean? I'm not sure. It'll be made clear to whoever's going to receive that message, just saying if it's going to make sense to them. If it don't make sense, let it fly, because it just won't be for you, or it isn't for you. There's a significance with a candle as well. It could be, you know, remembrance, lighting a candle for those who have fallen, who are gone. Like a memorial type thing. Prayer. Could even be a prayer candle. It doesn't feel like those like scented whatever candles, you know what I mean? This is different. There's like a meaning behind somebody lighting this candle for a specific deity or person, people, situation. I don't know if they're going to leave it in their window or not, or if that's something that someone does or did. Alright, I think I'm going to go. Because this feels very long and drawn out. So there just could be a situation here that's taking time. I just keep wanting to say, it'll all make sense. It'll all make sense. Like something's coming together. All those little freaking pieces that were like, huh, what the hell is this? You know, like, why did I see that in my dream? Why did I get that vision? Why did I get that feeling? Why did I come across this? Why was I drawn to whatever? It's all going to come together and make perfect sense. It might shock you when you finally realize what I guess what's going on, or what it all means. Yeah. I don't know why I'm moving the cards. You're connecting to those who have crossed over in the past. For some of you, or for someone here. It goes on and on and on. Pi. I don't know, the number. Pi. I picked up on that a long time ago, too. I don't know what the hell that's about. But that's like, it just goes on and on and on. It's repeating. Life goes on. Energy goes on. But history does repeat itself in different ways. Different faces, different places. I always say that. And that is significant in our personal lives, but, you know, globally as well. There's a triangle here that's significant. I don't know if it's a pyramid or just the shape, whatever that means to you. But it almost feels like connected. Because like the past, present, and future are connected. And it just keeps going. That's what it's looking like to me. Manifesting. This is what you wanted. Whatever it is, whatever's going on for you, whatever's happening is what you wanted, is what you've manifested for yourself. Not just like abundance and stuff. I do feel that in here, but this knowledge is what you've manifested for yourself. Probably third eye activation, being a medium, you know, receiving these messages, being a prophet. We'll just leave it at that. I just heard, this is my gift to you. Well, the divine's definitely gifting someone information, whether it's for just them or not. It feels like it's not. It's for like everyone, you know. It's the gift of sight. And that can be confusing all in itself sometimes. So some of you who are gifted in that way or waking up to that, you're going to have some realizations. And it's like you wanted to know, you wanted to see, you wanted to feel, you wanted this. You're ready to give birth now. This is what it looks like. I just feel like things are just coming together. So things are coming together for somebody, which is absolutely wonderful. Yeah, you're not going to be confused anymore. It's that energy of too much at once and not seeing the results can lead to confusion and make you take a step back and be like, am I wrong? Oh, what? I don't know. Like, what the fuck's going on here? Why did I feel that way? Why did this happen? It's all gonna make sense. It's all gonna make sense. Sorry, my hair is a hot mess right now, but I don't care. I have to put it up in a messy bun and make it even messier. But anyways, I love you guys, and yeah, someone's going through, like, you're not going through the awakening process. You've already gone through that, but it's almost like as you're waking up, like, okay, when you wake up from bedtime or whatever and you rub your eyes and your eyes are all blurry, you're awake and you can kind of see, oh, the fog. You can kind of see like bits and pieces, like you're not fully there yet until, you know, it clears and you're alert, you know, after your coffee and whatever. You've already had your cup of coffee. Your eyes aren't blurry anymore. You're seeing things more vividly, more clearly. And if you're not right now, you will be. Like, when you get a vision, it's not going to be this foggy mess of who's talking to me. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't understand. I don't have the full clarity. Oh, you're going to see. They're going to show you. You're going to be shown. More and more and more. Past, present, and future. The crone's coming in, the old crone. Because isn't it the maiden, the mother, and the crone? The crone's wisdom. Isn't that what she represents? Wisdom? Knowledge. Because that's like growth. Information's coming in to somebody. Anyways, peace.